What YouTuber really fell off? Will it blend? The internet used to be such a stupid, fun place. Mark Rober. He has become a walking ad. CGP Grey has released a video in over a year. Just has people changing the names and thumbnails of his old videos to boost them in the algorithm. The fucked up part is his Patreon is still running, monthly income, and he hasn't communicated with them for a year. Mr. Beast. It used to be, we filled my friend's pool with Orbeez. He's gonna be so surprised lol. And now it's, we put 2 people in an underground bunker with no entertainment or outside contact. How long will they last? I'm surprised no one is talking about the Fine brothers. Now that was a really big fall off. Hannah Hart has literally completely disappeared from all public life. Even Grace and Mamrie hardly, if ever, mention her even when they talk about the past and videos and moments she was prominent in. JonTron was never massive, but didn't do himself any favors acting like a smug asshole when he really had no idea what he was talking about. It. Referring to him being a racist or, at the very least, someone who spouts off shitty opinions without the facts. Braille skateboarding. Shadiversity had a fairly popular channel about medieval weapons and combat, but then couldn't handle any criticism and started a second channel for movie and TV reviews where his true colors as a right-wing grifter came out. He started complaining about wokeness and everything, most famously getting clowned on for complaining about Princess Peach wearing pants in a video about the Super Mario Bros. Movie trailer. Some people here really need to know the difference between somebody falling off and someone retiring after a successful career. Crazy Russian hacker used to have ingenious life hacks. At the end of the day, most of them, they turn towards wherever the algorithm takes them for growth views, or they die off and get replaced, or they're bad people, so many pedos. Achievement Hunter. I loved watching them. Even after Ray left, still one of my favorite streamers. The Rooster Teeth content was hit or miss for me, but they were consistently funny. But right before COVID, the whole thing came out with Ryan being a creep, one of my favorite personalities unfortunately, so they brought in some other people like Fredo and Trevor. They were funny, but never seemed to fit with what I was used to. Then they brought in Fiona, and she was nice but I'd cake, she never seemed to fit the vibe. Right around there I lost interest. That was right at when COVID starts. I guess not being in the same room to shoot due to social distancing really messed up some of the comedy dynamic and scheduling. Eventually I heard the whole company went under, but by that time I had stopped watching entirely for a few years. I feel like you can't say PewDiePie fell off, or maybe you can, it depends on the definition you use. But he stopped doing YouTube full-time, and wrapped up his YouTuber career. I know he still does some content, but not that much. I feel like I imagine falling off as someone who was at a high point, and then crashed due to a lack of users who wanted to engage in their content. David Dobrik and his whole squad. Jason Nash has resorted to begging for gifts on TikTok Live. Also Trisha Paytas is extremely problematic. Cryotic. Tragic stuff, man. For everyone involved. Not as big a name as some others in this thread, but Reardon, etptp.com, YouTuberma, comments, 1pk, and Reardon of TCT pivots to proselytizing. Makes me happy I don't know who 99% of the people who are mentioned in these comments. Pirate Software. If you were already in the game development industry, I think you could sense something was quite right, but his Blizzard Nippo baby turned dungeon abandoning fall from grace was quite the plummet. Not exactly a YouTuber in the same way, but early on, WatchMojo was a bit of a laugh, some fun compilation videos, a perfectly acceptable way to waste a few minutes. Then they went down the algorithm chasing and AI rabbit hole, and have started trying to plug their AI music venture. Then they did a video to the effect of 10 YouTubers who fell off because they died, and basically tanked what reputation they had. Publicly called out by the widow of one of those deceased YouTubers, who was also a family friend of one of the others on the list. To add insult to injury, between two of the segments, they included yet another plug for that AI music venture. Shin. Used to be a member of Yogscast back in the day. Then came the accusations. Haven't watched video of his since. Linus Tech Tips. Every video just feels fake and scripted, and it's full of acts and inconsistencies it is. Also, the way he still pretends to be just a regular guy like us, while having many houses of private jets and so on. Gabby Hanna. I used to love her stuff, but then a ridiculous amount of drama, of which she is to blame for some, combined with a very clear mental health crisis, which was likely the source of some drama that was broadcasted on the internet happened, and I think it ended with her quitting YouTube and wiping her socials. I think she's a fitness instructor now or something along those lines, so I hope she's doing better, but it was an insane thing to witness while it happened. Tobuscus. You can basically name any creator who fell down the MAGA conspiratorial grifter pipeline, but Tobuscus stands out to me as one of the most egregious examples. I didn't really care for his content in his prime, but dear God, his Twitter feed is that of a person experiencing psychosis. H3H3 probably. Used to watch every video, and now I don't even recognize what made me enjoy him in the first place. Dude's actually lost his mind a bit. PopularMo's the YouTuber of my childhood, and now I don't even know what's going on anymore. Not going to be a popular answer, but good mythical morning. Rhett and Link's chemistry has been bad for a while. They have lost a lot of key staff that gave the show personality, Stevie being the biggest loss. The episodes are far less creative than they used to be. Maybe they are winding down, maybe they need a break, maybe they are burned by the fact Last Meals is 3x more popular than anything they put out. I don't know. I still watch almost daily for now. But unless something changes and fast, not sure how long Mythical has left. Dr. Plants. He went from making educational and informative tutorials on how to build enclosures for animals to, I made a simulation for animals for 100 days. Videos. It wouldn't be so bad if he didn't remove his older videos so you can only watch the new Mr. Beastified ones. And they're not educational anymore. There are so many facts, he states, that are demonstrably false, and he uses AI and special effects to make the animals behave more dramatically. Hank Green. Just kidding, I fucking love that guy. Jeremy Fragrance. His content in recent years is so odd and concerning. 1. Absurdist content involving fragrances in an extremely tangential way, or not at all. E.g. Jeremy stripping cardboard boxes of tape with his teeth. Jeremy storing fragrance bottle caps in his mouth and spitting them into his hand. Jeremy sticking his tongue in and out of a water fountain stream. 30 seconds of uncut close-up footage of Jeremy staring directly into the camera. Braille skateboarding. Main dude is a Scientologist, and he basically screwed over his whole team, donated tons of money in YouTube earnings to the church, closed their skate park, and then went on to keep making videos, as if nothing happened. Weird shit. Fortunately, Skate IQ came along and is doing a better job making similar skate content than Braille ever did. Chris Stuckman. He's fulfilling his dream of becoming a Hollywood filmmaker. Shane Dawson fell off so hard, he went from being everywhere to basically a YouTube historical figure lol. Dave Days. That dude who was obsessed with Miley Cyrus for a point. Kodiko has really sunk low since the Tana situation. It's pretty pathetic what he puts out now. I mean, Rooster Teeth kinda fits.